Made it to the other side. Welcome to Corregidor, one of the most beautiful and unique places to visit in the Philippines. It's an island with gorgeous coastlines, an untamed jungle, and a story that literally changed the tide of the Pacific theater during World War II. Plus, it's a budget-friendly destination that won't break the bank. I have 5 tips to share for your own once-in-a-lifetime trip to Corregidor. But first, here's a quick intro as to why this little island has such a big impact on history. Corregidor is an island at the entrance of Manila Bay. Spain controlled the island for about 300 years before losing it and the rest of the Philippines to the United States in the Spanish-American War. Then, during World War II, Corregidor served as the last defense of US and Filipino troops against the Japanese attack in 1942. Sadly, with dwindling supplies and no reinforcements in sight, Corregidor was forced to surrender. Corregidor remained under Japanese rule from 1942 until 1945. Today, Corregidor is a thoughtfully preserved monument and a must-see location for anyone's travel bucket list. So, here are 5 things to know before visiting Corregidor. Tip number 1 is how to get there. The pandemic changed everything, so if you've seen YouTube videos of tours before 2020, keep in mind that a lot has changed since then, including how you get there. Before the pandemic, you could hop onto a ferry in Manila and be at Corregidor within an hour or so. As of now, the ferry is no longer in operation. You have to drive about 3 or 4 hours from Manila to the Bataan Peninsula. And from the village of Alis-Asin, you'll hop into your 2-rigger boat ride to Corregidor. The ride's only about 30 minutes. Tip number 2, be sure to book your trip in advance with the Corregidor Island Tour Company. They don't accept walk-ons, so you'll want to make sure you save your spot. Also, be sure to mention to your tour coordinator if you or anyone in your group has physical accessibility concerns. Getting into and out of the boat and tram can be kind of tricky if you have any mobility issues, so that's something I suggest asking about. I've included the contact information in the description below. Tip number 3, come prepared. Bring cash to tip your guide, your tram driver, and to buy any souvenirs you might want to purchase. Also, be sure to bring a power bank to charge your phone. If you're like me, you'll be taking lots of pictures and videos, which can be a huge drain on your phone battery. Tip 4, prepare to be amazed. We were lucky enough to have as our guide the famous Mr. Edward Gurion. He's an expert on Corregidor history, and you can see him on other people's YouTube videos of Corregidor. I want to thank him for letting me record our tour, and he gave me permission to post it on YouTube. So thank you, Mr. Gurion. On your guided tour, expect to see Corregidor's famous landmarks like Middleside Barracks, Battery Way, Battery Hearn, the old hospital, which some people say is haunted, the mile-long barracks, the old movie theater, the Pacific War Memorial, and the main event, the Malinta Tunnel. This is where thousands of American and Filipino soldiers and nurses hunkered down in 1942. It's where Philippine President Manuel Quezon was inaugurated for his 2nd term. It's also where you'll find MacArthur's escape hatch that he used when he fled to Australia, where he said, "I shall return." And finally, tip number 5, sharing is caring. If you've been to Corregidor, or if you're planning a trip there, tell your family and friends about it. It's an extremely important historical site, and the folks running the tours are doing their best to share Corregidor with the world. So go out there and support local tourism. So those are my top tips for visiting Corregidor. Is Corregidor on your travel bucket list now? Comment below with your questions or tips. Also, I'm posting a bonus video on what it's like to go into a real-life World War II Japanese tunnel. Be sure to check that out. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Every bit helps with promoting our channel. See you next time!